What if everything we believe about race, politics, and our so-called enemies is misunderstood? The assassination of Charlie Kirk shocked many, but it also reveals something deeper: how humans assign, meaning, divide ourselves, and fight battles that are not truly ours. Today, we'll break this down carefully: context and headlines. Charlie Kirk, a young political figure known for his strong opinions, became a headline story after his assassination while I was away on vacation. People reacted strongly, some in support, others in condemnation. But what often gets lost in the noise is the larger truth. The visible conflicts we fight are often shadows of something deeper. In news cycles, public opinion can distort reality. We tend to reduce complex events into binaries: good or bad, left or right, us versus them. Yet history and scripture alike suggest that the real struggle is rarely about the surface battles we see. A spiritual lens. A helpful perspective comes from Ephesians 6:10-12. Paul writes, "Finally, brethren, be strong in the Lord, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places." In simpler words, the true battle isn't with other humans, regardless of race, political views, or economic status. The enemies we see in the physical world are reflections of spiritual realities we often overlook. Understanding this distinction changes how we interpret conflict, including politics and social divisions. Race as a human construct. Race is a construct created by humans. Skin color, hair texture, and eye color are expressions of biological diversity. They do not determine worth or ability. All humans share the same basic needs, feelings, and desires. Many societal problems arise when humans assign meaning to these physical differences. Hating someone for the color of their skin is as senseless as hating someone for their choice of clothing. The real question is, where do we assign our meaning, from spiritual truth or earthly distinctions? Racism, at its core, is a parasitic idea designed to divide. It feeds on fear, pride, and ignorance. Understanding this doesn't ignore inequality, but it frames it as a symptom of human misdirection, rather than a reflection of intrinsic human value. Understanding Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was a polarizing figure. He spoke with conviction, and his views inspired both admiration and criticism. Yet judging him solely through political or racial lenses misses the larger point: how humans react often tells us more about themselves than about the individual in question. People are entitled to beliefs, even flawed or harmful ones, but they are not entitled to enact violence or harm. Opinions only affect us if we let them. Recognizing this is part of navigating a world rife with division without becoming part of it: spiritual reality and human behavior. The world we see reflects deeper spiritual realities. In the unseen realm, good, called the host, sustains life, while evil acts like a parasite, feeding on what is good to corrupt it. To understand this conflict more clearly, we can look at the meanings behind a few key spiritual terms that are often used interchangeably, but actually describe different layers of moral and spiritual decay. Sin is missing the mark. Transgression is breaking boundaries or laws. Trespass is knowingly crossing limits. Iniquity is deliberate wrongdoing despite knowing better. Wickedness is evil woven into life and society. These distinctions show that the real battle isn't against people, but against unseen forces that manipulate, deceive, and divide, shaping the world we live in. The real enemies. According to Scripture, the real enemies are the world, the flesh, and the devil. Each works differently, but aims to undermine purpose, truth, and integrity. The world distorts ambitions and pressures conformity, tempting people to measure value by external approval. The flesh drives desire, offering immediate gratification that satisfies short-term wants but weakens long-term character. Satan, meanwhile, attacks the mind. He influences thoughts, planting doubt, anger, and division quietly, shaping perceptions and decisions without detection. Political figures, races, and ideologies are not the ultimate enemies. They are tools used in a broader, spiritual struggle. True resistance requires submission to truth, careful discernment, and alignment with principles that go beyond the fleeting influence of the world. Us versus them and the cost of division. Humanity has a tendency to divide itself: left versus right, rich versus poor, black versus white. These divisions distract from the real issues: truth versus lies, eternal principles versus temporary systems. The assassination of Charlie Kirk became a flashpoint for division, yet it also provides an opportunity for reflection. If we focus on spiritual and moral truths instead of personalities and politics, we start seeing that most conflicts are reflections of internal, not external, battles. So what does this mean for us? First, stop defining enemies by superficial differences. People are not. The ultimate threat, ideas, corruption, greed, and deception are. Second, cultivate your own truth. Feed the aspects of life you want to grow: wisdom, compassion, understanding, and purpose. Do not give energy to hatred, resentment, or division. Evil thrives when good people engage with it out of fear, pride, or anger. Third, recognize the shared humanity in everyone. Every person experiences fear, love, joy, and pain. Treating others as fully human rather than as obstacles or threats shifts focus from reaction to understanding. Finally, understand the temporary nature of worldly conflict. Wars of ideology, politics, or race are transient. Spiritual and moral alignment provides lasting guidance that is not swayed by public opinion. Or the headlines of the day. The assassination of Charlie Kirk was tragic, but it reveals deeper truths about humanity. Division, fear, and anger often hide the real battle within us and against unseen forces. Race, politics, and opinions are tools, not enemies. By focusing on truth, principles, and shared humanity, we can move beyond us versus them toward understanding and lasting peace. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world. Turn on notifications so you never miss an analysis that goes beyond the headlines. Join us as we explore the truth behind the noise.